Hello, this is TennoFrame007, and today we're playing Cyberpunk 2077. So, you just started, you've chosen your life path, all your stats, and you are now here. You just got Jackie in your car, and you're like, where do I go now? Do I follow the storyline? Where do I go? Well, my first plan of attack for you would just be complete all these NCPD scanners. That would be personally what I would do. You don't have to complete all of them. I'm not going to complete all of them. But you get like 4 or 5 under your belt and kind of just get enough money and experience to kind of just know what you're doing. If you want to get the Dying Knight, you just follow the gun quest. It's free. You just click it in Fisk's inventory. So do that. You've already got an iconic. You kind of just call it a day. If you're looking to upgrade your character, you start off with 1 attribute point and 1 perk point available. So depending on what you're trying to do, your points can go in a variety of places. Are you trying to be a melee character or a shotgun character or a heavy machine gun character? Your points are probably going to go in body. Sniper rifle, handguns, blades, reflexes. You're going to be crafting and doing a bunch of tech weaponry. Technical ability. Cool is for stealth. Intelligence is if you're going to be doing a hacker character. I like putting my points into technical ability at first, simply due to all the crafting stuff. Automatic disable or disassemble automatic, gain more components, allows you to craft your rare items, all your grenade stuff. Reflexes, we are going to be doing that. So all rifle types, you know, your fun rifle stuff, sniper rifles, submachine guns, all that. You also get slight bonuses, so like here on reflexes, we have a mitigation chance, which is just a dodge chance essentially. Slightly increased crit chance. Technical ability, it increases your armor by 1% and will allow us to hack certain doors or certain areas. So I like doing technical ability because that's mostly where most of my bypass comes from. I like 1 thing in body or 2 things in body. Yeah, 2 things in body. First is this regeneration, and then second is this epimorphosis. This one is wonderful. You just get 1 point in this, and you don't really have to worry about health regen almost at all. You don't need it, so I'm not going to go for it. Look over these in your own time. We're going to put the point in reflexes right now, because we don't need a high technical ability at this point. And with our perk point, we are going to do Cold Blood. You do Cold Blood as your first perk point because every time you kill an enemy, this gains experience. So up to 4, we've already gained armor and crit chance, and we've already gained that perk point back. So we're just putting points in here solely for the fact that it's passive, and a lot of the bonuses are just very, very good. We'll start putting perk points in this stuff later as we get levels. So we go to our first NCPD scanner. I have the double barrel shotgun, a DR5 Copperhead, or a D5 Copperhead, and Dying Light. As for, stealth options, You have a couple of options, kind of, sort of. As you can see, we still see everybody up on our, like, main mini-map up there in the top right. So what we can do is, like, very slowly pick our way around. So we don't even have to fire a shot. And even if they do see us, it doesn't particularly matter. They're like, oh no, he sees us. But we can kind of just wait on him. So with just a little bit of stealth, we've already reduced all of our options to just this guy.
Where you got to, coward?
And we can kind of just lace him down. And we've completed our NCPD scanner with no problems. So we just loot this area. And as you can see, there's a lot of healing supplies and stuff here that is definitely of help for a first-time player. And some of this loot, you know, loot's all randomized and all that, so you might not get this. It's kind of a whatever. You kind of just go with whatever weapon is the best in the beginning, unless you're like specifically trying to go for a stealth build with, you know, a blade or something, in which case go for it. If you're also using like a silencer or something that you can buy from like your first gun guide here, you can do that. We're just going to complete 3 or 4 more of these, depending on how fast we complete them, because it does get a bit boring when you're like clearing the entire thing. It does pretty much just set you up to like go through the rest of the game though, just simply due to how much stuff you've accumulated by that point. So right now we're doing this, and as we can see, we've already got our first bag out of the way. So we're just following him around. Whether or not you decide to kill them or simply do use a takedown has almost no bearing on the game. I have not encountered a situation where anybody that I have used a takedown on has actually gotten back up. So if you want to try and do quote-unquote pacifist, you can just do a takedown. I just prefer the kill, simply because I know that takes them out of the fight. These you can shoot and it will actually fire and do stuff. Of course, you're going to be wanting to aim for headshots, but like, first couple of times you do this, you're not really going to be looking for them. Because, you know, you're just trying to kill them. So, but yeah, the fights themselves aren't exactly the world's hardest. You get cyberware and you get reds. you're being a quote-unquote goody two-shoes by doing all this, but like, they're paying you to kill people. Sounds like a good deal. How do we get up there again? Some of these, maybe like, you need to jump off of 3 different things to get to this. These, search out for these little red markers. These are going to be the hacking ports. Usually your game won't glitch like that. But in order to do these, you try and line up as many as possible. So we see here that we'd have to go for an E9 to a 1C to a BD. And that's just to get the data mine version 3. But we can tell we can do a 1C, 55, 55 and get the first 2. I'm not sure if that like gets you more stuff, but it makes my completionist brain happy, so I like doing it that way. You can research, you know, see which one grants you the most stuff at the same time. The more points you put into quick hacking, the more dots you'll have to do that with. So you'll have that ta-da. Yeah, some of these, the suspected crime activities, you have to kill a lot of people. And entering one way might not be the best. But as we can see, we can just... Nope. If, you know, if you were better at stealth, you might have been able to, like, assassinate him and get rid of him. But as you can see, there's like 10 people on our... And, you know, it's not always easy and fun and all that. And we've got, you know, a hacker with OP going on over here. And we're still getting shot because, you know, they're just piercing through where our body is clipping. But you take it slow, you eliminate them one by one. And for the people who do all that ninja dodging, you either go up and hit them in melee combat, or you just keep firing and using ammo. You'll eventually kill them. And as you saw, that was a grenade. We don't want to beat her. So that is another problem, is the fact that enemies can seemingly come out of nowhere from behind you. As you could see from our minimap, they weren't there last time we looked. Which just means you always need to be aware of what you're doing and where you're going. And this is just if you want to, like, brute force when you're playing. This is like, we're not using anything else, and this is on hard difficulty. But if we really wanted to be, you know, tactical and everything about this, we'd start using breach protocols and quick hacks and setting up stealth combos and multipliers and a bunch of other stuff. As you can see, our guy just managed to get behind here, which means since we're going to try and, you know, eliminate some people here, we are going to be stealthy, and we're going to try and get this guy when he goes back to his other post, which may take a minute or two. So if you're doing, you know, an actual stealth build with a silencer and knives and ninjutsu and all that other stuff, this may be easy for you. Or easier, I suppose. But we try and mark as many bodies as we can get over here. Unfortunately, he saw us. So we're using quick hacks, we're, you know, trying to be as efficient with this as we possibly can. Eliminating one by one. You don't stand out in the open, that's really how you get killed quick. As you can see, our quick hacking isn't the greatest, so we're not really going to rely on that. We were able to get our one quick hack off. You might have been better off going for, say, the reboot optics, but that's not what we were doing here. So our grenade, explode our environmentals. This enemy netrunner is very annoying. But when the enemy kind of just lines up for you, it feels good. Ow. You can really burn through healing supplies in this game. So you really have to try and position yourself where things are going to be and where the enemy is. As you can see, I'm just going for body shots because I know I'm not a good shot, and going for body shots works perfectly fine. Another eliminator. As you can see, more often than not, you can kind of hit through the cracks, which is exactly what we're looking for. Of course, the enemy can kind of do the same thing with better efficiency, because, you know, it's the AI. So ow. there's our targets.
God damn
As
it!
we finally have a good beat on him.
What you got?
So, you know, we're trying to keep our health up so that way that hacker, netrunner, technically, doesn't kill us. Let me just stop doing that. So we got rid of that. We know our netrunner is right there. Shooting them will, more often than not, cause them to stop hacking you. And we completed that. You know, not the cleanest thing. We used a lot of healing supplies, but you know, it's the start of the game. You're not always going to be able to do it all the time. So this one, we noticed that we can get our first sequence and our second sequence at the same time. 1C E9 55 1C. So we get a little bit of extra money and moolah. And now we just start picking everything up. And eventually, you'll run out of space, but we haven't gotten there yet. I just like reading all these, so that way when I go back and look, I don't have a long list of stuff that says, oh, look at me, and it's stuff that, you know, I discovered a long time ago. Ah, see? We're carrying too much. To deal with that, we're just going to go into our inventory, and all that stuff at the bottom that says no, we're going to hold and disassemble it. Now that was a little bit strange, but all of the stuff we do not care about, we're disassembling. Now this is because I am a crafter, doing a crafter build, so all of the components I get from disassembling is turned into profit for me and additional items, so I always make sure to keep up with doing it. And you've got all your different ammo types. This just makes sure that you don't deplete one ammo type too fast. So right now we could keep this. On the other hand, our fashion is more important. So we're going to keep our fashion. I mean, we could go with a very weird jacket. Or we could go with the all-in-one bodysuit and reveal some of our tattoos that we spent so long trying to keep on our character. At that point, we could just take off the mask and look even better. We are bright, we are neon, we are very much in the cyberpunk style. Outfits, just as you can see with this pop-up, all of the stuff on your inventory goes and fits up here. When you're in your wardrobe, you can like customize with everything you own, so that way it keeps the look, but you can equip anything, so that way you'll have all the armor stats of us like having the -4% visibility to enemies, so that way you're a little bit tankier we would have kept our 5 armor and 30% chemical resist from this. So you've done, you know, your 3 NCPD, your 3 or 4 NCPD scanners at this point. We've got our extra perk point. You can see that we're only halfway there to level 3. So what we can do here is, especially if, you know, we want to go down the crafting route, we can say junk items are automatically disabled or disassembled. So when we go to our inventory and we hit our backpack, the items in the junk are not going to be there. Now some of them, you know, can get you some eddies. So if you aren't disassembling and you're not doing a crafting playthrough, what you would do here is you just sell them. So the this thing that, you know, I kept clicking on, you'd go here and you'd go into here, all this stuff, all these knives, you'd go over here and you're gonna get a handful of eddies from them. So you can go that route of just selling all your stuff, so you'll get more eddies, so that way you can just go to a Ripper Doc and med techs and all that jazz and buy medical supplies, or what's the word? Cyberware. And that way you can get your character, you know, online and running faster. So with that, what I'd recommend, you know, before you kind of do anything else, is you clear out these. And you'll see danger high in these higher up places, but as you know, you come here and you clear out all these reported crimes, assaults in progress, and suspected gang activity, you'll see this and you'll be like, I could probably take that, because all your gear will be good, and it's based off of your level, how kind of dangerous all this is. Sometimes, yes, the danger will be high, and at other times it's like, you know, I've already faced like 30 guys, I can do it again. So before you meet with your Ripper Doc, because I see this as the get out of the tutorial area kind of instance, because you can peel off after this, but I find it's just better to do it in one run through. So here's where I normally come off, and I do as many of these as I want to at the time. So with that, I will see you all next time.